Were there any questions people had, or is it just, or there's nothing that you really want to pass along?
Say what?
You said there were people who wanted to ask questions, or nothing they want to pass along?
Well, there's this one question that I'm sure you cannot answer.
What is it?
It involves a certain language.
Oh, the dub.
Yeah.
Actually, I will answer that right now.
You can?
Basically, the thing with the dub is, and we've mentioned it before, and I know people are disappointed, but it is entirely an Arc System Works thing. We have not localized. They've taken localization in-house. So the last one we worked on was Continuum Shift.
Oh, I need to clear my mic for a second.
Yeah, so they're doing announcements right now, but basically, the word is it was basically up to Arc System Works. Us in Aksys Games, we really do not have a stage. So I know people are disappointed and people have been kind of incredibly mad, but that honestly, it is what it is. All I can offer is I'm sorry. I know it sucks, but that's pretty much where we stand. Is that it's not our decision. We do not have control over it.
Huh.
So
I thought you.
The last one that I worked on was Continuum Shift 2, the downloadable extension of Continuum Shift.
Right.
From there, starting from there, Arc System Works took everything in house.
Oh.
So that's the thing. So.
Huh. I didn't know that. I thought
it's fairly common knowledge. We didn't work on Guilty Gear. Also, like Chrono Phantasma was Arc. So. I mean, it's not really a secret, but that's pretty much how it is. So, I mean, yeah, once again, I know people are upset. I know people are disappointed, but that's pretty much all I can say about it. I mean, there's really nothing more to add.
Well, there you have it, guys. I'm sorry.
So, I guess, at least, I have to give thanks to Aksys Game for basically addressing the no dub on BlazBlue Central Fiction. So again, why is that a big deal? Because you kind of did it, starting with Climate Trigger all the way to Continuous Shift Extend, and then all suddenly you did not. So like, it doesn't make sense. But I have to give props to the guy who's there at Wednesday Night Fight. He represented Aksys Games, and he did explain what just happened. So, like the guy said, apparently, starting with BlazBlue Central Fiction, and he's not the only one. Danny also on Twitter and PlayStation Blog, he kind of said the same thing also, that when basically localizing, BlazBlue Central Fiction, Aksys Games basically said that it was Arc System Works were the ones doing it. They're basically now doing internally localizing the game again. But the question basically probably going to think here is, do you believe them or not? Here's my personal opinion. Even so, two people already claim that they said Arc System was doing it. I kind of hard to believe that, and I'm just thinking. I'm sorry. I may be this one. I'm actually going to be a minority, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Apologies. Is they're trying to basically throw Arc System Works under the bus and say, hey, well, we're not doing the localization. We're just here to publish the game. They're actually the one. And the reason why I kind of doubt it, again, in my opinion, is that Arc System Works starts as a developer. I don't really remember them doing any localization. But again, I could be wrong because, heck, Capcom does localization. Square Enix does localization. They have a localization team. Nintendo Treehouse is a localization team. So why not Arc System Works? I don't know if they do or they don't. Even you probably ask them, they probably can't even say anything about it. So again, it is or it's not. At this point on, no one knows yet. So, but they're sticking to their story. That they said, "Hey, look, it was Arc System Works that doing the localization, and they want to bring the game out in November, so they decided to not dub the game. And also remember, if because they did say, "Oh, it was Arc System's decision," that of course they don't know also do voice recording, so they just say, hey, "Well, we don't need voice recording." Kind of wrong. That's what they said. And the reason I saw also why I'm doubting that, because what Danny said, a Pandora box question. What do you prefer? No dub, too much release, or English dub in the game 6 to 8 months? So that's why I'm kind of like saying I don't think it's an Arc Systems problem. It's really Aksys Gaming, because the guy said, well, if we dub the game 6 to 8 months, but he also said, and the guy also in the Wednesday Night Fight basically said the same thing, that oh no, we didn't localize the game, it's Arc System. So there's a lot of problems, there's a lot of confusion there. One side said, oh well, 2 months no dub, 6 to 8 months with dub, basically kind of saying that, well, if like we could dub the game, but we're not localizing. So I mean, it's weird. So I kind of can't. I don't believe them. I think it's either, like I said, one or two reasons it's happening. One, they again release issue. They want to release the game in November, or Arc System basically ask Aksys Games, we want this game to be released in November, so don't bother dubbing it because it's going to be delayed. Or again, it's either the money thing or also a influence of the FGC. No one knows. So again, I don't know who's in the wrong. I mean, probably both of them are also in the wrong. Arc System Works, if it is true that Arc System Works basically decided, oh, we want to release it in November and forget about dub, all I can say to Arc System Works is, yeah, you know what, screw you. You're in the same level with Tecmo Koei, because Tecmo Koei, ever since Voice Ruchi, they kind of hesitate doing dubs anymore. They don't put English voice anymore. And even Shin Sun Soon, cool guy, basically did say that the company was having problem with profit, that they start omitting English voice. Namco Bandai, on the other hand, is somewhere in the middle. They do dub certain games, their mainstream games. I can understand that. Like in the Namco side, the Tales game, which is, by the way, Tales of Mysteria. They showed it on TGS, the worldwide version, and yes, it has English dub, so awesome in that one. Second is, for the Bandai side, I'm just going to say Bandai, Naruto 4, they're going to have a better version coming 2017. And this time it also has an expansion called Boruto Storyline. And apparently the Boruto Storyline will be in English dub. They actually have a trailer for it. And surprisingly, the movie they showed in a limited showing in the movies wasn't. So again, from Namco Bandai, I have to admit, at least they're dubbing their mainstream game. One Piece is not so much a mainstream. Gundam, and that's like a Bandai side, because Bandai mostly does anime. And well, I have no idea what Namco games they have, right? Besides Tekken 7 and Tales of Mysteria. Again, Harada, Tekken 7, please, 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 give every character an English voice. I'm begging you, please. You're cool in my book, please. So, anyway, back to BlazBlue Central Fiction. There's Aksys Games basically sticking to a story that they said, hey, look, Arc System's doing the development, localization, and that the last time they do localization was apparently a DLC for Continuous Shift. That's from what I heard. So I think I'm guessing is that the DLC on Continuous Shift, not the extended version, because the extended version doesn't have there's no DLC in it. So they said that that they basically did the download was the last time that Aksys Games did the localization. And then continue, shift, extend was basically our system. And of course, central fiction is our system work. Again, I don't know who to believe, but right now, my position is in my opinion, I think this Arc System games is either three things is happening. They're being influenced with the FGC, or they just want to release the game on November so they can get sales, or they really don't have the money and they're cutting back. Who knows? That's the thing. So, yeah, what can you say? It kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Hopefully, in the long run, there's either be a DLC made by Arc System Games or to an extended version. We'll see. Just a little disclaimer in this next part of the video is that I kind of did this part before really listening again to Wednesday Night Fight showcasing BlazBlue Central Fiction. So there's a lot of wrong words I kind of use in this particular part on the video. One is I said ask internally rather ask Aksys localization. I thought the guy said was ASCII internal. That's what I don't know how I got that, so I do apologize for that. But you can also think of Aksys Games Eternal, aka basically mean Arc System works, because that's what the guy basically said, that BlazBlue Central Fiction apparently had been localized by Arc System works. So they're the one that's doing the localization, not Aksys Games anymore. Apparently, according to this guy, and I guess also Danny said that they're only in charge of basically just publishing the game in the US. That's it. So that's my correction there. But the point of this video is also was considered a follow-up. But like I said, I kind of did this one before the other one, before listening it again. So I do apologize for that. So, but in all, it is basically like, what can they do? What if they do this? What if they do that? That's basically what the video is. So with that, on with the video. So with that, I kind of want to give more on this situation of BlazBlue Central Fiction not having dub. Excuse me. I've been watching, first of all, like I said, I did watch the Wednesday Night Fight showcasing BlazBlue. And like I said, that was pretty awesome. I don't know if it was actually my question or a lot of people were just basically asking the same question. Hashtag WNF at all ASCII English dub. But at least props to actually addressing the situation. And like I said, the reason that's why after he addressed the situation, I just said, okay, well, there's no really point of posting anymore, raising awareness on the Twitch. So I have to say props. The answer, of course, as expected, like they are well aware, but what can you do? So, like I said, I was watching other YouTube videos that basically had the same thing. And a lot of people actually said the same thing. This one, like they say, hey, here's our opinion, here's our tip. If I were you, this is what I do. And it's basically because, again, like I said, Danny from Aksys Games Localization, excuse me, opened up Pandora's box by saying, so what you rather have, no dub, 2 months, or with dub, 6 to 8 months release? And of course, the majority of the answers of the BlazBlue community fan basically said, and this is a majority, I've seen it in social media, forums, Facebook, Twitter, so you cannot say, oh, it's a minority. They did say, yes, I would gladly to. Excuse me. So basically, the majority they play the game for the story, not for online competitive for EVO 2017. I'm sorry if I keep saying that, because that is kind of what I'm feeling. That's why they're releasing it early. I could be wrong, whatever. So the question basically is, well, why can't they just delay? Let's ASCII Games do the right thing. Just delay the game, put in the English dub. There you go. Yeah, that's a possibility. But the thing also is that, believe it or not, I had talked to a lot of people about this, and even from Backlog Battle, Alex, props to him for watching the show, you have the chance, shameless plug, is releasing a game, it's not that easy. It's not just 1, 2, 3, you're done. They need to plan this ahead, like way ahead of time, like probably, I don't know how many months, saying they have to tell the hardware company, either Sony, Microsoft, or Nintendo, when are you going to release this game? And with that, you have that time allotted to do it before the game was released. So they basically had a plan. They said, hey, we're going to put it on November. That's the plan. So what do we need to do in order to have the November release? And they could probably say, well, let's remove the we don't really need it assumption, but you get the idea. There you go. So he said, well, what if they can delay for that? Can he do it? Yeah, games had been delayed. And they do tell him why, like the game needs to be polished, they needed more time, the thing. Like I said, a delayed game is good, a bad game will always be a bad game. But that also could cost them money. What do you mean? Like, well, meaning that now they probably need to put more, well, if they're going to implement English dub in the game, then that's probably going to cost them money. It's going to cost them more money just to put it in, and then at the same time, you have to understand the perspective of business. If you're not making sales, you're not making money. In other words, they got to sell games. So if they're not selling games, they're not making money to some extent. That's probably the reason why they think about releasing in November, because maybe in 2017 a new Guilty Gear is going to come in. Hopefully that one probably going to have dub this time, right? Not like in Revelator. Aksys, shame on you. So, again, maybe. So, and of course, like I said before, apparently, according to this guy, ASCII Games internally are the ones doing localization now, no longer ASCII Game Localization, which apparently they're the one that's doing the voice. I really don't get that. Yeah, but we'll just see what happens in the long run. So, like I said, yeah, probably delay game could be bad. Then they miss their sale. They're not making money. Then probably they're costing more. Whatever, that could be the problem also. Second is, well, why not just, like I said, people said, well, just not paid English DLC. Again, it is a possibility. Maybe in 2017, within 6 to 8 months, they finally say, hey, guess what we have? We have an English dub DLC for $10 or to $20 tops. And guess what? Now people say, oh, well, I guess I finally can buy now BlazBlue Central Fiction, and I'm going to buy the DLC. There you go. That's also a possibility. But like I said before in my previous video, doing a DLC for voice could be a problem because voice is expensive, and then you have to put it on the PlayStation server just to, for download. And apparently there's even stories that you gotta pay a fee just to put it on, like, say, the PlayStation Store. And then, apparently, for everybody who basically downloads something, there's the DLC, it's 5 cents per download. And you say, oh, well, 5 cents, that's nothing. Well, 5 cents times a lot of people, let's just say, for majority, maybe 100,000, 5,000, I don't know. But imagine, the more, then times 5 cents, then yeah. So that's why sometimes it's kind of rich doing demos or free DLC, because they're not getting something back for every time someone downloads it for 5 cents. I mean, it's more complicated. I don't really agree with it. It is unfortunate, but that's how the system works as of right now. That's also the problem is. So, and also this one guy I have to give props to. He said that it's a good idea to actually release it 6 to 8 months, because releasing it in November, you're trying to compete with the big games. Are you crazy? Yeah. This guy even gave an example. I'm just going to put the one in November. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. There's one, Final Fantasy 15. So if you're a kid and you only have $60, are you going to get, and you like JRPG or Japanese fighting game, what are you going to get? BlazBlue Central Fiction or Final Fantasy 15?
I'm probably going to get myself Final Fantasy 15. So why would you compete there? Look what happened last year with Tomb Raider exclusive for the for the Xbox One. Yeah, poor sale. People didn't have Xboxes. It didn't sell. It was competing against Fallout 4. There you go. So yeah, so that's the problem. But yeah, see, that is the problem. Sometimes if they delay the game, it probably going to miss sale. But if they don't, they're going to be competing with a lot of AAA games. So it's up to Aksys game. Doing paid dub in English dub DLC probably going to cost them more money. But again, if they say money's not the problem, then it wouldn't be a problem for doing it. So, but we'll see what happens in the long run. Again, it could be unpaid DLC in 2017. I mean, it's too soon. The game's not even out yet. It'll probably tell them the sales. So, like I said, if you don't like the preference because there's no English dub like myself, vote with your wallet. Don't pre-order the game. Don't pre-order the limited edition. Don't buy the game periodly. Wait until there's more information coming in, and they'll say, okay, well, apparently this BlazBlue's not selling. They're probably going to have to make a decision. Do we just move on from BlazBlue, or let's make some improvements? We don't know. So again, I think the most reasonable one, in my opinion, is a $10 to $20 paid English dub DLC with 68 months. Because then, to some extent, you're making both sides happy. The FGC is happy because they can get it early. The people who wants the game with English dub because of the story mode can wait 6 to 8 months. Rather than putting it in the disc. I mean, yeah, that's like, it's sort of a trade-off. You're paying for the voices, and again, it's not that cheap. There you go. With that, thanks for listening. That's it for now. I'll see you guys later. Bye.